You told me at the beginning of the season the Rams were going to be in the Super Bowl. I would say, makes sense. You told me the opponent they were going to play was going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. I would go, what? Who in their right mind would think the Bengals are going to make the Super Bowl? But here we are. And 2 weeks' time, we're going to have the Los Angeles Rams and Cincinnati Bengals. What's up, everyone? My name is Matthew Leininger. Let's do a breakdown of these conference championship games. Not as good as last week. But you know what? They both came down to field goals, so I'll take it. And the demon has fallen. San Francisco 49ers are out. Rams are still in, but just as I said before, I do like Matthew Stafford, and if he wins in 2 weeks, I'll be happy for him. Everyone else, I'll just say, ew, gross. So let's start with the first game. Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. And for the first little bit, I was like, oh boy, this is going to be a long game for the Bengals. Kansas City, they were just moving up and down the field, and the Bengals, they just couldn't do anything to stop. Kansas City scored on the first three drives. Bengals got a touchdown near the end of the break to cut the lead down 21-10, and the play that I think is the play that's really gonna hurt Kansas City for quite a while is, of course, the second and goal play with 5 seconds left, and they had no timeouts. And me personally, when they missed the first and goal, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Second and goal, I was like, kick the field goal, because they were getting the ball to start the second half. They had an 11-point lead. They clearly had momentum. They couldn't really be stopped in the first half. I was like, kick the field goal, go up 14 at the break. And they decided to go for it, and I was really confused. I'm like, what? Why are you going for it? And then, yeah, Mahomes couldn't find anyone. Dumped a Tyreek Hill off to the right. He couldn't get in. And that just really just bewildered me. And then when you look at the second half, it's clearly obvious that play bit them in the butt. They, of course, later said that Patrick Mahomes wanted to that he wanted to take a shot. Wanted to pull a bit of Alexander Hamilton. I am not throwing away my shot. Yeah, well, you got greedy. You got greedy, Patrick. And you kind of threw away your shot. Because if they kicked the field goal there, near the end of the game, all they had to do was just take a knee, and that would have been it. But instead, game went in overtime. Mahomes threw an interception, and the Bengals drove the ball down the field and kicked the game-winning field goal. And this is probably like the first playoff game from Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, you screwed up, though. There are two postseason losses for 2018 AFC Championship game. I mean, first of all, Dee Ford offsides. That Chiefs defense just couldn't stop anything in the second half and overtime. I think the defense was one to blame. The Super Bowl last year, I mean, Mahomes had no offensive line. We can relate. And yeah, you could just see that Mahomes was just scrambling for his life. So those two games, I was like, okay, that's not. I'm like, okay, I don't think it was like 100% his fault, though. Yes, he threw 2 interceptions in the Super Bowl, but I mean, come on, it is really hard to win a game if your offensive line is just going to keep giving up stuff to you. So, but he didn't really get sacked a whole lot. I mean, he got sacked quite a bit in the second half, though. But Mahomes really didn't have that bad a game, though. 26 for 39, 3 touchdowns, 275 yards. He had a great first half, though. Second half definitely cooled down a bit. That Bengals defense did hold him back a bit, and that last drive for him, he did really good. There was no Chiefs offense at all in that second half, and he flat out drove them down the field. So kudos to Patrick Mahomes, but unfortunately, him getting a little greedy near the end, that I think was definitely something big that cost them the game. So unfortunately, the Kansas City Chiefs got knocked out in the AFC Championship game. they're still a great team. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they won the Super Bowl next year, but this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt a while though because this is it's gonna start to become clear that this was kind of Mahomes' fault. So I kind of feel bad for him, but dang, how about the Cincinnati Bengals people? They're going to the Super Bowl. They haven't won a playoff game since I was born, and they have now just won three straight, knocking out the Raiders, which actually that was expected, knocking out the top seeded Titans, and then upsetting the AFC champs for the past 2 years in Arrowhead. That is impressive. And then you go to the second game, and it's San Francisco 49ers and Los Angeles Rams, where the Rams won 20-17. And I think this game went about the way I thought it would, though. I wasn't expecting like a high scoring shootout, though, because the 49ers offense, it's very talented, though. But Jimmy Garoppolo isn't exactly like an elite quarterback. So I feel like he can sometimes bog down the offense. Oh, and then of course, if you look last week when he played the Packers, that Packers defense did play really good. It broke near the end of the game, but it did play very very good. Except the special teams kind of screwed up near the end of the game. And so, and then yeah, that 49ers defense is just red hot. Um, it shut down a very high powered Cowboys offense. It shut down the Green Bay Packers, and it looked like it was about to shut down the Los Angeles Rams. Stafford, of course, throwing an interception in the red zone on his second drive. They only scored 7 points in the first 3 quarters, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" I'm like, I think 4 hours off to the Super Bowl. The good news is that defense broke. Uh, and Matthew Stafford pulling a comeback out of his hat. Rams brought him in for this reason. They have gone all in, bringing in Von Miller, Odell Beckham Jr., and now they're off to the Super Bowl. Not only that, they're hosting the Super Bowl. This is going to be Super Bowl 56 in 2 weeks, and back-to-back years, teams have hosted the Super Bowl. Never happened at all for 54 years, and it's happening back-to-back. That's crazy. So, yeah, great comeback by Matthew Stafford, of course. Big, although one of them, there's a pretty big drop, interception drop. Who was it? Oh yeah, it says Tart, Jawiski Tart. I think that's how you say it. He dropped a crucial interception, so yeah, that kind of hurt him, though, because then of course the Rams actually got a field goal off of it, but you went an impressive comeback by the Rams, though, especially against a very good 49ers defense, though, and the Rams have had a weird season. They started off red hot, and then they lost a couple games. That's like, what the heck, they lost, and there are even some games that they won, and they just have not looked convincingly well. Like when they played us, I mean, first of all, there was the missed pass interference call, but just in general, they just didn't really look convincing to me. Because I mean, they barely beat us by like 10 points. That offensive line gave up a whole bunch of sacks Matt Stafford, and we don't really have much of a pass rush. And I was like, man, like, what's gonna happen if they go to the postseason? They're gonna have to play someone like Tampa Bay or 49ers, for instance. So no, they put on their A game. They've shown up in the postseason. Well, sometimes they did not look good in the kind of the second half against the Buccaneers. But something that Matthew Stafford has done really well these last 2 games is that he has come up clutch in times that matter most. And I think we're just finally seeing what Matthew Stafford can do with a good team. Which is bad news for the Seahawks because we're going to have to play them twice every year for a while. I hate the Rams. Can you trade away everyone? Please. Can we have Aaron Donald? We need a pass rusher. Because I'm so tired of Russell Wilson getting killed by him every single week. Russell Wilson might get traded. Then that won't happen. Gosh, I hope not. So, yeah, we're going to be having the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl. And I think you know who I'm going to be voting for. I'm going to be voting for the Bengals. I'm all in for like an underdog story, and yeah, just I literally can't believe the Bengals are here. I mean, I had no confidence in them going into the season. I wasn't entirely sure how healthy Joe Burrow was going to be. Well, actually, I didn't hear like a lot of bad things though. It's just the offensive line, though. I didn't think the offensive line was going to be able to protect him. I said Joe Burrow was going to be the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. I thought they made a big mistake picking Jamar Chase over Penei Sewell. And then, of course, the preseason came around. Jamar Chase just couldn't catch anything, and he just went off on the NFL. If the Bengals end up winning the Super Bowl, this is one impressive run. I hope the Bengals win. It would be awesome. So normally I would kind of wrap this up, but I think I should probably address the elephant in the room. Yesterday, I don't know, I was in my room minding my own business, and then my sister comes in. Now she has Instagram, and she's just like, "Hey Matthew, I keep hearing this thing about Tom Brady retiring." What? I look it up. Yeah. Tom Brady retiring after 22 seasons. Celebrating. And then I, shortly after that, went shopping for a couple hours. And I come back. It's apparently not confirmed. Apparently, there's like sources everywhere that are saying, "Oh, Tom Brady's going to retire." They're basically declaring that he's going to retire, but Tom Brady has not said anything. Now, if you look at like Ben Roethlisberger, for instance, Ben Roethlisberger, which he clearly looked like he didn't have it anymore. He has officially said, "I am retiring." And if Ben Roethlisberger all of a sudden is like, "I want to come back," it's like, ha ha ha. You sure about that? Like, yeah, Ben Roethlisberger officially said, "I'm retiring." Tom Brady, he has not. It's just the sources, Adam Schefter, just reports everywhere. They've all said Tom Brady's gonna retire, and Ben Roethlisberger retiring. I'm not surprised by that. Tom Brady retiring right now, that honestly surprised me. If he is officially retired, I'm so happy he's gone. But to me, I'm actually a little confused because I never heard anything about Tom Brady retiring until Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth brought it up in the Rams and Bucks game, where they're like, "So, is this the end of Tom Brady?" And I'm like, "What?" Because Tom Brady had a really good year. He had a really good year. He came up with some game-winning drives. He had one of the best statistical years of his career. He led the NFL in touchdown passes, passing yards. He could very well win the MVP. And then he also has one more year left on his contract. And the way he's playing, he looks like he can still play. So to me, when I heard that, I'm like, first of all, yeah, hey, hallelujah, to sing to Jesus. But then I'm also like, wait, what? Okay. Okay. What? Once I fail a giant comeback, I can't come back after that? I don't know. But okay. So what does that mean? I don't know. Like who's gonna win the Super Bowl next year? Like the crazy thing is, no one has won a Super Bowl in an even year since 2012, Joe Flacco. That's about almost 10 years ago. Checks out. 2014 Patriots. Actually, it should have been the Seahawks. 2016 Patriots. 2018 Patriots. 2020, well, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Same thing. 2022, if Tom Brady's retired, someone else is going to win the Super Bowl in an even year. That's crazy. I don't know what to say about that, but this is going to be one crazy offseason. Especially if Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson are going to leave. If Russ Wilson's going to leave. It's going to be a crazy, crazy offseason. But even though it's the offseason, I'll still be around. I told you I was still going to binge through Game of Thrones. Haven't gotten to that yet. I'm almost there. No. I got some stuff planned, although I'm really going to have to think about my top 10 best games, though that's probably going to come out the week after the Super Bowl. But I might have to extend that a bit because I don't know how I'm going to find 10 games because I think there's been a lot more than 10 crazy games here, so we're just going to have to wait and see. So for the next 2 weeks, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the next 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't know. I may just take 2 weeks off of this. I mean, I'm not talking about the Pro Bowl. I think the Pro Bowl is cool that you get to see like different players like play against each other, kind of like the best of best, but they give absolutely no effort though. They don't give an effort, so therefore I'm like I don't care. I don't care. It's cool that these players are playing against each other. If they played a more if they played a better effort, I would say, oh, this is cool. I don't know. And then plus there's gonna be no Bengals players. There's gonna be no Rams players because they're in the Super Bowl. I just think that's dumb. But there are a couple of dumb things in the there's a couple of dumb things in the NFL. So what can you do about it? I ain't gonna stop watching football because of some dumb things I have problems with. But yeah, let me know what you think about these conference championship games. What do you think about Tom Brady retiring? You can follow me on Facebook, MATTHEWLEININGER. Hopefully I'm gonna figure it out. Actually, I gotta upgrade my phone. Actually, since there's no football next weekend, I might work on that. So I also need a better camera. I'm sick of using my phone. Yeah. But yeah. I'm most likely going to see you in 2 weeks unless something like big and drastic happens with Russell Wilson, which I hope not. I hope he stays. Please stay, Russell Wilson. I will see you all next time. Bye. I didn't cuss. Kids can watch this now.